There are some women right now, they've never experienced heartbreak, but they are carriers of other people's heartbreak. They know 500 women who have been heartbroken. So they are going into marriage already. No man will break my heart. You see, ladies, this kingdom marriage, it is it is imminent that you give yourself to preparation. I know that many of us are spiritually prepared, but I want to be transparent to share, to encourage you to give yourselves to other types of preparation: mental preparation, financial or economical preparation. I want to give you that charge to do so. Do it now. Okay? So I want you to ask God, give me the grace to prepare myself mentally for what it means to be a helper comparable to my husband. You need the grace, the sacrifice that is necessary for you to be a helper comparable. You have to be engraced for it. Your mind has to be engraced for it. Your mind has to expand beyond yourself. Remember when the Lord gave us a word recently that we should make room. We need to be intentional about making room. So I want you to pray, God, some of us need to give ourselves to reading books. That's how we would expand our minds, right? It's prayer, and then it's also taking corresponding action. We need to read books on what does it mean? What does it mean to be a helper comparable? How can I prepare myself to be a helper comparable? Lady Anna, I don't need all of that thing to be married. All I have to do is fast and pray. It's not true. Eve was not fasting and praying. Do you understand? I need you to understand that. Fasting and praying is very good, but I need us to begin to seek corresponding action for preparation for that which we are asking for. Because this rain, as God is selecting and saying, I want to matchmake this person with that person, He's also checking for character, He's checking for capacity. Because don't forget, why is He putting the both of you together again? If you've been on this platform for at least 2 years, you should be able to have that answer even in your sleep. Why is God preparing the both of you together? I'm going to wait for the answer because there's no way you've been here for 2 years. You cannot give me this answer. Please don't let all the effort be futile. Why is God putting you and your future husband together? For dominion, for kingdom as oh, you have been here for a while. That's right. That's right, Carissa. When I see speed names like Tamika, like tRAvAIL, like Jovita, honestly, my expectation is increases immediately. Right? For kingdom assignment, for dominion, for kingdom purpose. Do you understand what I am saying? So, what that means is this: you need capacity for that assignment. You need capacity for that assignment. The assignment is bigger than you, it's bigger than him. It's not my ministry, it's not my prophetic calling. It's not, it's two by two. All right. So it's time to give yourself to the mental capacity that is necessary for the job. Okay. For the job. These are things I wish I had sought for because these teachings are actually there. They are kingdom wives who give themselves to teaching women to prepare. But some of us, when we're single, we don't give ourselves so much to it. And let me tell you, learning this in marriage is tough. To grow, you will keep growing even after you get married. But to then, the things that you were supposed to do while you were single, to then now have to do it now that you're married, it's tough, sis. You know me, I will always be transparent with you. I'm not going to come here and come and portray any form of perfection to you. It is tough. Women who prepared themselves before they got married, they have it easier. It's not easy, it's easier. Okay, so they can hit the ground running. But some of us could not hit the ground running because we weren't as prepared. And I'm talking even from personal experience, my own personal experience. Give yourself to, you don't want the marriage to come and it doesn't last because it brings tension on the union, which can then make it susceptible to breaking. A kingdom marriage can break. I hope you know that God can bring two people together who end up divorcing. Oh my goodness. You best believe it. That people are divorcing doesn't mean that God did not bring them together. Can bring you both together, but the issues that the both of you begin to face, it can lead to a divorce. And it does not mean that God did not plan for that marriage to last. Do you understand what I am saying? Give yourself to the mentor. Seek for books. This is the time we're going to take break from every other activity that brings distraction and prepare ourselves mentally. We also need to prepare ourselves financially. Oh, Lady Anne, the man is the provider. He's not in the Bible, by the way. The man is the provider is really not in the Bible. It's what we all thought. And culturally speaking, we were told that. But there is no scriptural reference that the man is the provider. Who the Bible introduces as the provider is who? Is God, my sisters, not your husband, oh. Which means that abundance, wealth can come through the woman, and God will not say that makes the man not the head. The man is not qualified to be the head because he provides financially. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I pray you will hear me by the Spirit of God. There are things I'm saying that I'm not saying, but I am saying to you. Because there's only so much I can share, right? Here publicly. But I'm telling you, prepare yourself also financially. Give yourself to, if you can sign up for merchant, sign up for it. Build wealth. Don't be of the mentality, my husband, I want to be married to a rich man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Give yourself to the financial wisdom you need, to build wealth. Give yourselves to it. Oh, I don't want to then make money. I don't want to then make money and then a man will take advantage of it. You're trying to do God's work for him. He didn't ask you. If you focus on what God has asked you to do, don't be worried about marrying wrong. Your worry can attract the wrong man to you. Stop it. You're not like every other person. I know, oh, Lady Anne, that wealthy woman, look at her husband left her. That wealthy man, hey, calm down. The way you are hearing how those marriages are failed, there are also many wealthy women that got married to a great man. I know many. Me, I don't know. I don't count. I don't bother involving myself in all those news blogs that only announce the breaking of marriages. I know there are women's names. If I just want them, some of you will know them. Successful women that have very good marriages. Well, you don't know what's going on behind the scene. Apparently her husband is nothing because you did not catch him, you did not see him, you don't know him. So let's leave that. There are successful women who have, so you don't follow bad news and say, if I now seek success, maybe that will then attract playboys to me. Sis, that's how you know you need to log out, right? Give yourself to it. Please, I am pleading with you. It's better to do it now than to do it later. It is way tougher to start learning. There are many times now, even more ever than before, where I just wish that before I started to have kids, I had given myself to certain wisdom that was necessary. And one thing about this praying and fasting, when you pray and you fast and God shows you mercy, God can bring you into a situation you're not prepared for, which was my case. Are you listening to me? You're not prepared for it mentally. But there is a way you would have prayed and fasted, and then maybe you have a mother too that God would, out of his mercy, he will bring you into a season that you will now be learning on the job. Not because he was not ready to teach you then. It's not his fault that you were not prepared. You had a season of preparation, right? But you spent more time preparing on how to deny yourself of food. But you did not know that there are other things to learn. And now you're having kids. I'm telling you from personal, I hope you're hearing me. I'm being an open book to you now. You're having kids, you're being a mom, and then you're having to learn how to be a wife. Because you didn't seek for the model before. Be a wife, then build a business, and because your capacity was not built while you were single, you are literally exhausted. You're running on thin ice. And now you're now begging God, help me. Oh. Do you understand what I'm saying? Give yourself to wisdom. Don't wait. Don't say the God that brought him will keep it. It takes more than God to keep a marriage. Do you understand what I'm saying? It takes more than God. I know what I said. It's not blasphemy. It's not heresy. It takes more than God to keep your marriage. Huh? More than God. I made that statement very clearly. God will not force the both of you and say, because I must keep this. If one person says I'm gone, I'm gone. Do you understand? Give yourself to it. Prepare for it. Prepare for it. Oh, Lady, I cannot afford some of this program. Then go and buy a book. Ask the Holy Spirit to lead you to a book that you can read. Okay? And then the best book you can start with is the Bible. Study some of those women in the Bible. Pray against anything that, any mindset that would hinder you from doing those things that the Bible says a helper should do. Some of us, it's mindset. It's not because you're not hardworking. Your mindset just tells you that's it. You can't do that for a man because you've read too many nonsense stories. And God is saying you need to let go of those stories. Your story will not be like that. But you can make your story like that if you continue to read all those other stories. There are some women right now, they've never experienced heartbreak, but they are carriers of other people's heartbreak. They know 500 women who have been heartbroken. So they are going into marriage already. No man will break my heart. And your heart has never been broken. So why are you being, why? It's because you've read too much. You need to be careful with those things you're reading. It's not every news that you see online that you need to read. Mostly those ones that trend, bad news spreads faster.